Finna do is play me. Come on, Tommy. They don't want this greatness. They don't want this greatness. What we not finna do is play me today. It's good. We good. Nah, he ain't going nowhere. All right, so you guys are here on the platform. This is Collectively Different, okay? That is the name of my business. We have Tommy here. He is a high priest. I'm going to call him like it is, okay? Then we have myself here, and we are going to go ahead and teach you guys on meditation. We're going to teach you on grounding and then your protective shield. All right, and we are going to start first with visualization and breath work. Now, what I'm going to do is sometimes Tommy is going to start, sometimes I'm going to start, but we're going to break down some information for you guys. And then we'll also let him take you guys through some techniques. We will also tell you guys about different books that you can check out and things that you can do on your own in order for you to be able to be grounded and learn better meditation. Okay? All right, so let's begin. So the first thing that we wanted to start with, we have our list going. Okay, so we ready. We're going to start with visualization and breath work, go into body scan, and then mirror meditation, correct?
Correct.
Okay, see, we good. We got this. All right. So visualization and breath work. And I'm going to talk briefly about it, and then we're going to go ahead and let Tommy piggyback off me and add his, because he used bigger words than me, okay? All right. Look, I use big words too, but sometimes people be like, what did they say? All right, so visualization and breath work are two powerful techniques. Let me turn the music off in the background just so we don't have to worry about no echoes. Visualization and breath work, they're two powerful techniques and they can be used for various purposes. Now, this can include relaxation, stress relief, personal development, and spiritual growth. Now, visualization alone involves creating a mental image. Now, this image can be an image or a scenario that's in your mind. But by visualizing positive outcomes, goals, and or desired situations, you can train your brain to focus on what you want to achieve. This can help increase motivation, reduce anxiety, and improve overall well-being when combined with deep breathing exercises, which we go into breath work. Now, on the other hand, with breath work that focuses on controlling your breathing to promote physical, emotional, and mental health, which is extremely important. So you have to practice specific breathing techniques where you can calm your nervous system, reduce stress, and increase mindfulness. Deep breathing can also help release tension in the body and improve concentration. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let him piggyback off of that.
Now, going on top of that as well, visualization is very important, but the key towards your visualization is creating the mental space where what you are visualizing is real. None of these techniques really work unless you bring them and incorporate them into your own psyche. So, for case in example, if I am doing a breathing technique and I am thinking about the ocean, right? Let's just say that's your focus. Your focus is the ocean, right? When you're going through that visualization and you're breathing, you're literally transferring your psyche, your mind's eye to that place. You're creating a place that you are physically there. Like it's as if you are actually there. You're going to ask yourself, can I feel the breeze from the waters? Can I feel the sun's rays on my face? Can I feel the sand on my feet? And you're literally setting the mental projection of your own self. It's like the Matrix. Remember that if you remember the scene from the Matrix where Neo hacked into the system and they was in that Q state where everything changed. You literally are projecting yourself into another form and another reality, and then that state is where your meditation, your visualization becomes real. And then once it becomes real on a mental level, you can then in turn create it real on the physical, because it starts in the spiritual and then vibrates back down to here.
Yes, he is correct. And I'm going to piggyback off of what he said. And then we're going to go into what someone said in the comments, which you are correct. You are using your senses to create. Because ultimately, a lot of what, yes, baby, a lot of what happens in your meditation, if you guys can learn how to focus your meditation, and I have food in the microwave. Food in the microwave for me. Thank you. If you can focus during your meditation and ground yourself properly, your manifestations will not be a problem. If you can focus on this one thing, getting to everything else will be easier. But the visualization, a lot of people have a hard part with that. You almost want, like, I remember when I went to the beach, I remember sitting there. And I remember crying because it was my first time at the beach, but the water began to soothe me. It was a serious point of grounding for me. And it's very beneficial for you. I promise you that. Go ahead, Tommy. Thank you, baby.
Okay, so Sonia says something. I get overly distracted when I start in that image. That's because meditation doesn't come to you. You go to meditation. Mm-hmm. It's like this. It's like what you're trying to do, unfortunately, and a lot of us do it, but we try to control the situation of what's going on. Meditation is like if you're looking at a bunch of say you're looking outside, you're looking at traffic, right? And the traffic is zooming by, right? And at the beginning of the day, traffic may be more condensed, right? But by the time you get to the evening into the nighttime, traffic's done lighten down, and all you're going to see is a couple cars going by bit by bit by bit. That is how meditation starts. That's how you have to do with meditation. You have to allow meditation to flow. You're not trying to control your thoughts, because you can't control thoughts. You're always thinking. This is a supercomputer right here. It's always got something snapping off in it. Mm-hmm. Always. You're not trying to control the thought. You're allowing the thought to come, acknowledge it, and let it go. Let it pass by. Because over then, it will become from a chaotic river to a stream.
That is correct.
And you'll allow your thoughts to be able to flow and process without them being condensed into one particular spot where you have, and then you become stagnated. So now the water's stagnated because there's so much stuff there, because you're not allowing it to flow. Understood?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to piggyback off of that, and we're going to go into what he wanted to break down about breath work, and I'm going to have him talk about a couple of techniques. The reason why breath work and visualization goes hand in hand, it is extremely important. You don't want to just sit there and visualize what you're doing, but you want to have that deep breathing, which puts your heart rate at a relaxation state. You don't want to go to sleep, because when you go to sleep, you actually lose out on the benefits of meditation, because you end up sleeping through it. Now you're actually fully asleep. You're not experiencing what you truly need to experience during your visualization process, as well as your meditation. So the breath work is going to be extremely important if you want to be able to get the full benefits of your visualization and meditation, in order to help you to ground.
Now, later on, piggybacking off of her, later on, that status of she already know I'm about to go. Sleep can be a part of that, but you have to first get to a point where you're able to be grounded enough to retain what you're going through. Because, like they say, sleep is a sister to death. And the reason why they say that is because you go into a certain type of state where you're in a theta state. That theta state is where you're able to, where your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, you literally become unified, and you're able to travel between the two. But that takes a lot of work. Going back to the main topic of breath work, there are ways in which you can breathe, right? Which is called in ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, they call it sima, and it's called whole breathing. If you look at how a baby breathes, right? Compared to, and over time they stop breathing that way, then we start breathing the way we breathe. We don't occupy our whole lung capacity when we breathe. Babies do, because they use they're breathing from their lower diaphragm to the mid diaphragm to the upper diaphragm, and literally their lungs completely expand and then contract. In that method, you're able to get what is called whole breath. So when you're doing your breathing exercises, it's like, I wish I could let you see me. You're breathing, and you're going to start your breath from the bottom of your stomach at the diaphragm. Then you're going to expand the middle part, and then you're going to expand the upper part. And you'll literally feel you can feel your ribs come out on both sides, and then you let out. In that continuous motion, you're going to be slowing yourself down. All this is about slowing things down so that you can receive, so that you can hear, so that you can tune out the noise. You're trying to quiet the noise that is around you over time. This is not a Latin magic poof. No, it's not going to work like that. But over time, you'll be able to continue that process and slow the body down enough. And then you can go back to a normal breath. Once you've done, all right, you want to start with at least 4 whole breaths. Rest. 4 whole breaths. Rest. And then go to a normal breath of breathing slowly in and out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you're going out through the mouth, you're expanding your stomach forward. So you're breathing in. And it's going to feel funny at first. It's going to feel funny at first. But as you continuously do this, you'll start to see that you're literally, your ears just will pop. All those different things will start to happen, and you're bringing in oxygen and you're oxifying all of the cells of your body. And when you oxify all the cells within your body, you're able to take in even more. That makes sense to y'all? Go ahead.
Yes. I love it. A quick tip that I want to give to people who have what's called the monkey mind. That's when your mind is all over the place and you have a problem meditating. Now, we're going to talk about body scan meditation, mirror meditation, and visualization plus grounding in just a second. But for those who are still having a problem with having so much on their mind, one of the main things that I had to do 10 years ago was stop worrying about the fact that so much was on my mind. Because when you're first starting, the objective of meditating is to have a clear mind, and you come to the realization that your mind is not clear when you first start meditating. The purpose of you having the monkey mind is you realizing all of the little additional, what I got to do today, what's going on in my life, what's bothering me. Your mind is realizing all the additional stuff that's going on in general, letting you know, hey, my mind isn't clear. So how do I clear this? So when you are first starting to meditate, try something that I did back in the day, and that was I had to count. But instead of counting 1 to 10, I would count backwards. Because the monkey mind and falling asleep in the beginning process of your meditation, it hinders the process. So to avoid those two things, you want to do something that's going to make you ever aware. Whether it is you being in the pool and knowing that you are laying on your back floating in the pool where you don't want to drown, so you're going to be aware if you decide to meditate that way. Or if you're sitting and you're sitting cross-legged and you're listening to comforting music, every breath count 10 and then 9, 8, 7. Focus on the numbers, even if you have to go further out. 20, 19, 18, 17. Your brain has to be aware to figure out that next number going backwards. I had to do that in the beginning of my meditation process because over 10 years ago, meditation was hard for me. So that's just a tip from my personal vault. That's what I had to do. And it helped you to focus, do it in your head, and eventually you'll stop thinking of things and you'll just have that deep breathing that he was advising you. But then you add the counting to it, and eventually you will realize, as you're staying aware with counting the numbers, you will feel your heart rate go to that resting space. And when you feel it, you'll start to feel that sense of euphoria, like you're almost floating, and you'll be like, whoa, okay, I think I got there. Just keep counting, focus, and that's where you'll begin to align.
One of the other things that I did as I started to progress in my meditations is that what wound up happening is that you wind up getting these evasive thoughts, to say the least. And when these evasive thoughts started to come in, one of the techniques that I was taught is how to detach yourself from those particular thoughts, because it's like what you're doing when you're having these different thoughts is that it's almost like you're watching a television show. If you're sitting back and you're watching let's say you're watching, all right, me and Mao Shun, we've been sitting here watching SWAT for the past couple of days, whatnot, right? We've been binge watching SWAT. Now, while you're watching SWAT, right, you're looking at SWAT and you're looking at the situations that's going on in the show. Some of these situations might be things that you may personally identify with, right? One episode was about police brutality, and that may be something that you personally may have experienced in your life. However, are you the actor that's there on that TV screen at that moment? You're watching something play itself out, and you may be able to, you're experiencing it, but you're experiencing it as a third person. You are not the person. What we start to do when it comes to these different thoughts and emotions and things that hinder us is that we detach ourselves in a way of seeing, I am not. Are you rage? Are you anger? Are you depression? Are you any of these things? You're not that. So what we start to do is that I am not this thought. I am not this emotion. I am observing this, but I am not it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're able to start to do that, you start to see a sense of separation between these adverse thoughts that you are having and the true identity of yourself, if that makes sense. So as you start to develop in your meditation, you start to see where there are different things where a person may try to put a label or certain things upon you that you may have trapped within your own subconscious mind, but that's not who you are. No one else is identifying markers on you are the true identity of who you are, and we learn how to detach ourselves from those things through that same type of meditation. I just gave you another step up. That's it.
Woo. It's getting good already. Okay.
Any questions on anything that we said so far?
Yes. Do y'all have any questions so far? Because we're getting ready to get into body scan meditation, in which I know that you guys may or may not know about what that is. So if you guys have any questions right now, we will take some. This is not just us teaching you. You are more than welcome to ask questions. This is what we're doing today.
Please.
We are here to help. So I'm going to give it a second because I know the system, when you guys are trying to type, it takes a minute. Is the goal... Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, first one. So the goal is silence or visualization. That depends on what you're going for, because you can meditate while manifesting, which is why a lot of the things that we speak into existence tends to happen, because you can be in your meditation and focus on one specific thing, and that be a form of your visualization. And you're not quiet in that moment because your brain is thinking about what you're looking to manifest. Therefore, you're still meditating and visualizing, but you're yet focusing. So it depends on what your goal is in that meditation. Do you need to meditate because you're stressed? Do you need to meditate because you just had an argument with your spouse and you were about to go to 20 and you're trying to come back down to 1? Do you need to meditate because you're all over the place. Your focus is messed up. You can't figure out why you're having, brain fog and what's going on with you. And you keep hearing your ear ringing. So you're wondering if your ancestors or if your spirit guides are trying to talk to you. Or are you trying to meditate because you have wrote down 100 goals and you can't figure out where to start first? Or are you just genuinely meditating because you just need to clear your energy for the day and a lot has gone on? There are plenty of reasons why meditation is extremely important and helpful. And so the goal is not necessarily silence or visualization. The goal is whatever you need it to be within that moment.
Oneness and mindfulness, to piggyback off of that. Because and how you obtain that oneness can be in so many different ways. How you obtain that mindfulness can be in so many different ways. So, that's why I went back to the thing as far as allowing things to flow. Don't try to monopolize it into one particular way, because there are different aspects of meditation. There are different goals and centers that you get from meditation, depending on what it is that you are working on at that particular moment. So, one of the things that people like to try to do is they try to like write it out into one particular way. You have to do this, write this, you have to do that. It doesn't work like that.
No, it does not.
It doesn't work like that. And that's just that's more hindering to yourself. So like have an initiation. Well, in that aspect with your frequency of free initiation, well, I would call that a self-initiation more than anything else, because I want to be clear, there are initiations out there for various particular purposes.
That is correct.
So, let's be clear, and let's be clear about self-initiation. When I say that, and I need to be clear with that, because a lot of people throw that phrase around that I self-initiated to this and I self-initiated into that, and that can be problematic because there are different laws and different things that if you don't know what you're doing, you will be on the episode of F Around and Find Out.
Period.
Period.
That's why I don't teach everybody everything.
Intention. What does she say down there?
Hold on 1 second.
She means intention. And she means intention. Oh, yes. So the intent behind what you're doing is what you have to work. Is what is the main focus. If your intention is to get more clarity, then that is what the focus is in that particular thing. If the intent is connecting to trying to connect to ancestors, then that is what that is. So yes, intention is everything. Intention is everything in anything we are speaking of on a metaphysical precepts, and that from magic to alchemy, regardless, with any type of thing, it's all based on intention and how that intent is shown and how it is activated. Because intention can work out for or against you depending on what energy that you're sending out. Intention can work for or against you. So intention is everything. Absolutely.
I see some more questions here, and I want to piggyback on this particular question that I just saw. So the person asked in the comments, so with manifestations, do you have to be grounded? Yes. And I'm going to explain to you why. And next time we have a manifestation class, this will not be on here. It will be on Zoom. I'm going to have Tommy come in with me. It's going to be a 3-hour class. We did it before. We're going to do it again. It's going to be me and Tommy, okay? Now, that one's going to be on my website, and that one will not be free. I ain't going to lie to y'all. 3-hour week. Because
I'm going to have to do some more work on top of my schedule. So, yes.
But I'm explaining to you why grounding is important for manifesting. The whole reason why a lot of you guys do not manifest your desires and what you want is because you do not understand emotion alchemy. Now, see, I'm not going to tap into this right now because we're talking about visualization and we're talking about, meditation and all of that. But I'm going to touch on it just just I'm just a okay, just a little. Okay. So when you are manifesting, since we're going to go into it just a little and I'm going to let him piggyback off of it, it's important. Okay, I got y'all. So when you're manifesting, the objective is to ground yourself. Remember, everyone who's already purchased my spell candles, we have Stacy in the comments, Siren, and a few other people. All of you guys who's already purchased my candles, what do I tell y'all in that flyer? I tell you, meditate, sit there, ground, and make sure you do it for at least 15 minutes or more before you light the candle and before you start speaking. Right? So everybody knows that who has already purchased from me. Right? It's in the PDF, correct. Now the purpose, and Leela has also purchased, the purpose of me telling you guys this is so that when you ground and take yourself to that space, you can begin to think about what you're looking for and what you're trying to manifest and put your emotion into it. When you put your emotion into it in that moment, you begin to manifest it on the physical realm. Outside of the spiritual realm, you begin to manifest it where you are. And what I mean by this is, in manifestation, if you are angry and you need to send something back to someone, you would use that energy. You would use that when you are hexing or cursing. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but you would use the particular emotion that you need for the particular thing that you're trying to manifest. The reason behind that is it brings more power.
So, and she gonna get on me for this one, but it's okay. There are various techniques in that type of alchemy. It's called mental alchemy.
Yes.
Right? And you are literally like in what we call physical alchemy when you are transferring the molecular structure of a thing from one thing to another. So if I'm taking lead, I'm changing it into gold, right? That's what we're doing, right? The same thing is done with emotion, because energy follows thought, and every emotion has weight, it has color, it has texture, it has force, it has gravity, it has all these different things to it. So if you want to change the thought, because you can't destroy emotion, but you can change its frequency. You can change fear into courage. You can change anger into love.
Yes, you can.
You can change depression into joy. So you're changing the energy or the frequency of the thing to raise it up to a higher vibration.
That is correct. So
that's what the movement of.
No, you're right. So in the event, remember how a lot of you guys be like, I can't meditate, or I'm having problems manifesting, or I don't know if something's blocking my money. People like myself and people like myself and Tommy, the moment we start to feel a shift, we start scanning everything in our life. Okay? So we don't immediately start thinking negative because we already know something's wrong. Is it our attitude? Is it the people around us? Is it someone sending something? We scan every single thing in our life and we go to work. So now, instead of us worrying about it, which is what everybody normally does, dang, is something blocking me? What's going on? I don't know what's... Now you are, because you keep saying it's something blocking me. What's going on? I'm affected. I don't know. You are manifesting it into your reality in that moment instead of scanning your life and working that shit out of the way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, of course, that's easier said than done at times. I get it.
It is.
But see, now what we have to realize is that when once you come into a difference, into a lower state, because those emotions you have are those other emotions are heavier, and that's why you always say, "I feel down. I feel weighed down," because that's literally something that is literally weighing you. That the heaviness of it literally keeps you down. Literally does that because of its weight and its structure, how it's designed, what it's designed to do. You have to turn that and first look at like she was saying, what is going on around me. What situations? Because we have to also realize that a lot of thoughts don't even belong to you.
No.
That's not even you.
No. Sometimes you're holding stuff for other people.
You could be holding stuff for other people. You could be holding stuff for different situations that you didn't realize. You could have been in a situation where you was in an environment where it's like, y'all watch movies like Poltergeist, and I'm only going to touch on it for a brief moment. Please don't go too far with it. But have you ever been to a place where you go somewhere and it feels crazy around here, and you can literally feel like, something about here don't feel right. So you wind up absorbing, unknowing to you, absorbing the residuals of that negative energy, and now that negative energy incorporates with you and weighs you. So now you have to you have to search within the self for how to cleanse yourself from that particular energy. Or people that you just get around this person and, oh my God, they're like an energy vampire sucking you dry. You have to be careful. So that's what that's all about. And there is a particular book that I will recommend. It's called The Kabbalion. And it talks about what that is. It talks about mental alchemy. It talks about changing emotions and changing it from one state to another state so that you don't get caught into those particular pitfalls.
Correct. Not just thinking that something is draining you, but scanning the environment of your life to see if something could be. Because most of the time, if you're feeling drained, let's give you some natural and spiritual reasons for that before we get into the body scan. And this is a perfect one for us to go into the body scan.
It's right into
it. So, perfect example, feeling drained and tired. There could be natural reasons for that. Your iron could be low, your vitamin D could be low, as well as your B vitamins, which helps with your energy. Now that's something you have to, I'm not a doctor, but that's something you have to go to your doctor, get your blood work done, see what's going on with your vitamin levels. Spiritually, someone could be sending a curse or a hex. You could be sleeping with someone who is inappropriately draining you as an energy vampire. They're literally doing that when you guys have relations. There could be people around you who have drained you with their life, with what they're going through. And it's literally sitting on your energy because when they talk to you on the phone or when they come over to your house, they bring that energy in. And also, if you're also holding energy from your partner, if your partner is depressed and you happen to not know that your partner is depressed, you can literally be holding that energy and it drain you. You can also be holding energy of other family members if you are an empath. If you naturally just feel your family members' energy and your friends, your close friends' energies, those things can drain you without you even giving it permission. So there is quite a bit that can drain you naturally and spiritually. Go ahead.
Piggybacking with what the sister just said, and I'm talking to you sisters for right now, all the women on here, men too, but I'm talking to my ladies out here for a minute. When you have your intimate partners that you with, right? You ladies, you are feminines. You are goddesses in the making, and you're raising in your vibration. You have to make sure that the man that you're dealing with is on par with that energy, because if you're trying to vibrate on this level and you're dealing with someone else that is not, it can literally be draining to everything of who you are. It can suck you right in.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that before we go into body scan.
It can literally be because I'm gonna
It
give you an
used to
example.
happen to me. I'm gonna give you an example.
Well, where it happened to us both. Hold on one moment, guys. Give me one moment.
Okay. So I'm gonna give my example, and he'll probably be back about time. It's time to give his. My husband that you guys actually saw. When I met him, I was Christian, but I was awakening. So in 2012, I left the church, and in 2015, I was awakening. I actually met my cancer husband in the midst of my awakening. So while I was awakening, I was dealing with his energy. He was in a depressed state. There was a lot that he was going through, and it was low vibrational. I was low vibrational with him as I was in a depressed state, but I was healing. Now, as I began to shift forward into better energy, meditate, ground, listen to things, and get my energy together, he was still dealing with a lot. And it started to affect us and our relationship. And the more that I would listen to affirmations and be at peace and change my entire life, the more and more that he would drink and be frustrated because there was so much going on with his current, his breakup and stuff that he was dealing with. Okay. What that started to do in our relationship was cause me to feel drained, caused me to be down. It caused me to be tired. I wanted to drink with him all the time because he was stressed out. So I'm stressed out with him. His energy would fall on me. And ultimately, it started affecting the relationship in a bad way. So I started telling him, I said, hey, I don't know what it is, but I need you to fix the energy. You are dealing with a lot and you have to stop focusing on it. For him to change, he started listening to affirmations every night when he was asleep because he started noticing that he was genuinely a depressed, upset, sad, down, and just out person. As a Cancer, he was very negative. As he started doing that, he started shifting his self, and I saw it till this day. Well, we've been together about 10 years off and on. He still listens to affirmations because he doesn't want to be that person. If he immediately thinks he's kind of being that person, he'll cut affirmations on in the middle of the night and go back to sleep to him so he doesn't have to worry about no bad energy when he wakes up in the morning. So it does affect you. Yeah, we grew together because at one point I was like, bruh, I'm trying to manifest and you being angry all the time and you being depressed all the time and all that, it changes the atmosphere of the home. And if you are with a partner who is in these molds, it will change the entire atmosphere of your home. And I'm a woman, and I'm going to tell you like this. You either going to want them to go outside or you going to want to be outside because you're not going to want to sit in it. No matter how big of a protective bubble you think you have, your partner is your everything sometimes. And when their energy is off, your energy is off. You can protect yourself from it, but it takes a while.
So I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory with me and Goddess relationship and how we grew as brother and sister here. She knew me from when I was with my ex, and it was taking me every bit of strength to protect my own center. We were two different people on two different paths, and how her energy was set up, it was counterproductive to who I am as a being. And I knew that the vibration that I was vibrating on was not going to, it just wasn't going to work. It just wasn't going to work. I tried for many years, but it wasn't going to work. Due to the different things that she's experienced, due to different things that I've experienced, it got to the point where it was like two semi trucks just constantly crashing into each other. Because even if you would fix every single problem that you might think that possibly can be fixed, the core issues of who you are as beings was not going to work. So that anger, and it breeds anger, it breeds resentment, it breeds discontent, and that energy pervades throughout the entire living space.
It does.
So
especially when you're dealing with someone who is a negative polarity. Cancers are a negative polarity. Capricorns, we are a negative polarity.
Think about it, because Cancer is the moon.
And you are a positive polarity, being the sun, being a Leo.
I'm the sun. I'm a Leo. So basically, we just, and that's just what happened. That's how it is.
Yes, and piggybacking off of what he said and then going into body scan, that is correct. When we met, I did a reading for him. I believe it was a free one or a paid one. I'm not sure. And I read into his energy and I could tell that he needed help. I could also tell that he was a very strong, powerful being, and he was not being at his full potential because of what was going on. And we began to talk, and I began to help to try my best to push him back towards where he needed to be, because he too powerful to be sitting in that energy. And y'all know me. If you in that energy for too long, I'm going to push you because I know what it is to be there. And so, yeah, that's how our brother-sister relationship grew.
And mind you, and the thing about it, what's so beautiful about it is that, you know, when I saw her on live, whatnot, right? I never tell anyone, I don't give readers nothing. I give you nothing. I give you, I give you nothing. I give you nothing. All I asked her for is guidance from the ancestors. That was it. Oh, is it any particular? Nope. I ain't giving you a jack. You're either going to pick up and start to bring in certain things, or you're not. And thank you. I appreciate you. My goddess came over here to bring me something to drink.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hi. Oh, it's good. Okay, yeah, I'm good. But getting back to it, I gave her nothing, and she was able to see those different things about me. And I don't give my energy out to anyone, so that means that you was able. That to me, that let me know that we were vibrating on a similar frequency. That we was able to see each other.
Yeah, I read him for filth.
And then over time, yeah, she saw all of it, but she saw the whole thing.
And it takes a lot of energy. By
now,
the
mind
way,
you, she saw the breakup.
Yeah, listen. When I tell y'all to ask a question, it's only because I don't want to have to use heavy energy to read you for filth. That's it.
I ain't give a damn.
I don't need a question. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I really don't. I never do. The questions just help me not to dig so far in with my energy, and he wouldn't give me a question, and I was like, okay, all right. He keep playing with me. I'm gonna just go right on into his shit then. And I was also able to tell him, if I remember correctly, that he's normally very guarded and shielded, and that I'm one of the very few who has been able to read into his life.
Because I know how to cloak myself.
Me too.
And I'll teach about that as well.
We're gonna do
it. I may
it.
not go completely into depth with it, because it can be very advanced. Just to be, but there are ways to cloak your energy where no, absolutely not. There are ways to cloak. I will touch into it briefly as far as when you're doing certain things. I'll teach into that. But there are ways to cloak yourself completely where you're pretty much invisible to everyone. There are ways to do that.
See, now you got the rest of my following tongue, but I'm never asking a question again.
But that's my common practice, because if you're truly a reader, you don't need me to tell you jack.
You don't. You really don't.
You don't need me to tell you nothing.
Listen, if I look at y'all and say questions only, it's because I'm tired and I don't feel like digging that far. But no, I agree with him. You don't need anything. All you need to do is listen. Because if you're a true reader, if you're a true spiritualist, if you're a true life coach, if you're a true root worker, you just need to pay attention to your gifts and your clear abilities. All of that will give you the information you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Spirit will talk.
Spirit will tell you. Spirit will tell you. Going into body scan, as we were talking about, it's in the fridge, baby. It's a brand new one. Body scan meditation. Okay. Now, this is going to be a practice you guys can research. If you guys would like for me and Tommy to add some things into the Discord community to teach a little bit more about body scan, we can do that. Okay. We can drop some information in the meditation area about that. Okay.
Hold on 1 second, sis. There's somebody, Rochelle Breeks 463, talking about they need help.
What's going on, Rochelle? And Blue Wine?
Yeah, Rochelle.
So the two of you,
it kind of pulled me.
What do you need help with, Rochelle? We're having a teaching segment right now, but we can take a moment to answer your question. Not a reading, because we're not doing that right now.
Not doing readings, but if there's something that we can, tell you about, then we can definitely do that.
Correct.
And if it's something that's even deeper, then you're gonna need to not inbox. You're gonna need to contact my sister or myself,
right?
And we can take it from there.
Also, Tommy, you need to let me help you with a website so that people can book readings with you and your own. Mm-hmm.
You're right.
I'm gonna do it to you.
I know. It's time. I know it's time.
It's been time, but I've been trying to let you get over your situation. I understand.
Where the girl went? Where the sister went? Rochelle disappeared.
Okay, y'all.
Okay.
If y'all need readings. Readings is something that we can do later after this session. I have not talked to Tommy to see if he wanted to do something like readings live. We'll have to schedule that. Tommy also works. This is my business, and Tommy is rebuilding his business, so we can't keep Tommy too long. Okay?
No, I'm good right now. I'm off. I'm good today. I'm good, but
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Until I get called, until I get summoned, once I get summoned. Oh shoot! You see this? She said Rochelle is being attacked by her family.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, I didn't see that.
I see it.
I hate when it's family.
Oh, I got nice
Rochelle, ones. If you are listening, inbox me, and me and Tommy could talk to you guys. Talk to you privately. Or go to my website where it says book a consultation. Go book a consultation. And then let me know what day you booked. And then I can fill Tommy in. And if you need me and Tommy to help you, we got you. We already doing work together for a couple of people. So it's obviously going to be a continual thing here. Oh, thank you, baby. Kisses.
Oh, sure. It begins.
It begins, right?
It begins.
And I want to tell y'all something. Okay. I pulled Tommy for this one because Tommy's been holding back. And Tommy has so much greatness in him. I'm not trivial to the greatness that I see in each and every last one of y'all who are a part of my platform. I even pulled him to help so he can do spell work with me with one of my clients. Because he needs to go ahead and get back to working. And he needs to get to it. And stop saying
Right.
just when this is it, when you know what, when is now.
When is it now? I
Oh,
haven't taught in about, honestly, like actively teaching. I used to teach all the time. I haven't taught. I did a seminar
yes,
2
you can
years
call
ago.
him Uncle Tommy.
I did a seminar 2 years ago, and what I did, I taught about. I'm gonna say this really briefly. I taught about the African continent, and I went back about 200 years prior to the first Europeans, when the Portuguese first came into play. They were the first ones, them damn bastards. When they first came in, and I talked about from prior to that, and the situation of how the continent of Africa was in a period of complete unrest, because you had various kingdoms that was already in the period of declining at the time that Europeans first came in. This is where Africa was already. So it was already it was already not in the best. It was still strong empires, nonetheless. But there was already civil disputes and civil wars and different things going on in the continent the time that we had these things coming in place. You cannot destroy or infiltrate a place where its political, economical, spiritual well-being is intact. You cannot do it. Had they would have came into play maybe 200 years earlier, they got killed before they were stepped on the soil.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how they got there. That's how they got down. I don't know you. Boop, I'm killing you. The Mali Empire. The Mali Empire. I remember it was the Portuguese that first tried to come into Mali when Mali was still it was still pretty powerful. The Malians got into their boats. Their boats were like these long, like almost like how the Norse have their boats, but it was smaller. And one of the things that the Mali Empire is known for is their poisons. That's what they're known for, their poisons. Mm-hmm. So when the Portuguese was coming in, yeah, we're gonna come in. Their archers came out.
I need some water. Hold on.
Just a nick from one of their arrows would kill you in minutes.
Oh dang! that reminds me of make sure you say unalive.
Pardon me. They will unalive you. Pardon me. Will unalive you in minutes.
You know what?
If they were fighting you, you got cut.
That reminds me of the Gelagichis, how they could just speak a word and you gone.
Some of those were from Mali as well.
Oh, word?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab some water and then I'm gonna start my little brief information on body scan, and then he's gonna go next. So I'm gonna let him answer any questions that's in the comments. And then Tommy, I sent you a message. After we get done teaching, do you want to do dual readings for the people in the comments, one price, and I split it with you? It's up to you.
I think I might just do that.
You ain't done it in a while. We're gonna get
I haven't done it.
I'm on your butt today.
They coming at me today. You see this? I got to pull out my decks and whatnot. I haven't used my decks in a minute. Yeah, she got me. Yeah, she did. She got me. Sis, she got me. Yeah. Lorraine, yeah, she got me. Yes, she's coming for me. Yeah, Sonia. She's coming for me. Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, this is a life I was called. This is a life I was called the spirit. Okay. Yes. My wedding date would be May 19, 2025. Thank y'all so much. I'm so honored. I'm so honored to be here with you guys. Thank y'all so very much. It is a pleasure to be on this platform. It's a pleasure to be able to be in this space right now and to teach the way that we teach. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. And now my missus, she's a reader as well. I mean, couldn't be no other way. I couldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna help you. I told you I'm gonna help you make up your website because I don't know why you thought I was finna let you stay in the background when you got 17 different titles. Okay.
That's my sister right there.
I don't know why he thought I was gonna let him stay in the background. Y'all, Tommy is an amazing person. I'm gonna tell you that much.
I'm also an ordained minister as well. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't put that in there too. I'm also ordained as well.
And
I can't marry myself.
Not 17, but he has so many titles. He definitely has more than me. And there is no way that if I can sit up here and not work a 9 to 5 and the spirit of the divine bless me to go forward and take care of my family through my business, that he can't be doing the same thing. He has it in him to do it, but he fell off because of the situation he was dealing with. So him being here today and you guys being here, this is an amazing start for him to get back out there, and you're going to see more of him and me, or even him by himself. Okay?
Yeah, we've been doing this. I've been doing this. I remember back in New York, I used to teach classes at least once a week. I taught classes every week. I did so many different things. You know, I ran my own little business thing that I had going on. I was really doing it. And I say this to you guys, I say this to you men and women, make sure that your partners, that I'm going to use an old biblical quote, that you are equally yoked. Make sure that.
They asked if I was going to the wedding. So here is the fun part. I may be officiating the wedding. He's working on it. He may have somebody else, but I may be officiating the wedding.
I doubt it. 9 times out of 10 should be officiating.
So that's the fun part there. We hadn't told nobody yet, but yes, I'll definitely be at the wedding. Mm-hmm.
Should definitely be at the wedding. Mm-hmm. And I need to get with your husband. Well, you already know I feel like an octopus right now, but you know, because I may need him. He may have to do something. I may need him.
And he'll be down because
okay.
Me and him been talking, and his birthday is tomorrow, and so Spirit has kind of been dealing with him to push forward in part of his business venture. So he may have an open schedule because I'm finna push him too. I'm pushing everybody.
Come in. That's a beautiful thing. Well, let's get on to this.
He's already in Discord. He's already in Discord, but he's busy, so he gets in there when he can. He's in Discord under
like me,
Barun Samadi. That is him in Discord. That's him.
Barun Samedi.
Yeah, Barun Samedi. That is him.
Barun Samedi. Now I'm gonna tell you this: who Barun Samedi is. Barun Samedi is the first man to go into to be buried. So he represents the dead.
Yep, that is correct.
He's the messenger of the dead. He's the one who brings you over to the. He brings you over and to the netherworld, to the afterlife. That's what he does.
That is correct.
And he gives gifts, and he also takes.
He
so
sure
you gotta
does.
be. You can't mess around with Barun Samedi. And accordingly, that's who I'm supposed to be under.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to do a dual teaching on the gods and goddesses and ancestors and stuff like that. Well, you know, just the background information for people. People do not have history and knowledge. We need to hook them up with the history and knowledge because they don't do that over here on TikTok. They too busy trying to take people money. We need to do that. Yeah. Send them to me so I can see if we can find them on Discord. Not Discord, but you know the web, the D web. We'll drop some in.
I got some stuff.
We're gonna do it. We got it. Listen, okay. Let's get back to it, y'all, because me and him can talk forever. I'm sorry. It's that brother-sister thing. Okay. So, when we prompt for questions, throw a couple in. Don't forget to tap the screen, guys. The goal is 300K likes tonight. And then when we get done with the teaching, we'll take a quick break and go into readings. All right. All right. So, body scan meditation. I don't know if y'all know about this, but it is extremely effective for a few different reasons. Okay. It's a mindfulness practice where you focus on different parts of the body. You're typically starting from your toes, moving up to the head, or you're moving from your head to your toes. It just depends, but mostly the original practice was from toes to the head. Now, the purpose of body scan meditation is to increase the awareness of your body, release tension, and promote relaxation. Now, naturally, the body scan meditation helps individuals become more tuned into their physical sensations, which can be beneficial for managing stress, pain, and other physical discomforts. Bringing attention to each part of the body, if individuals can identify areas of tension or discomfort and work on releasing it through breathing and relaxation. Spiritually, body scan meditation can deepen the mind-body connection and help individuals connect with their inner selves, being present in the moment. Now, he's going to expound on that, but present in the moment is very important. And fully experiencing the sensations of each part of the body, individuals can cultivate a sense of inner peace and tranquility. And this practice can help individuals become more attuned to their emotions and thoughts, leading to greater self-awareness and personal growth. It's a tool for both physical and spiritual well-being.
So, piggybacking off of her, you have being in tune with the present moment, with the now. You have multiple thens and multiple thens, but you only have one consistent now. Only way that these things completely work is that you are not looking into some future thing of what you are trying to accomplish when you're going through the scan, or worrying about the things that happened previously when you're going through these various stands. Your only thought is the revitalization of the body within the now, because that's the only thing that's real is now. So as you're scanning the body, right, you're doing your breathing exercise, right? Remember the breathing I just talked about, breathing in, breathing out. As you're scanning up, let's just say you have a period of the body where there's pain in that part of the body. I can't worry about how that pain got there. All I can worry about is the fact that there's pain in the body, and what type of healing force, what type of healing energy am I going to prevalate to this part of the body? So you bring attention, you bring your whole self to that part of the body. And once you are fully integrated to that part of the body, then you move on. And you start scanning the rest of the various areas of the body. Now, that deep breathing that you're doing, when you're done, did that type of deep breathing and you're breathing in and out, and you're oxyfying your entire body. When you oxyfy the entire body, you're also healing the body at the same time, because oxygenation promotes healing, growth, and awareness.
Yes, it does. And when listen, and to piggyback off of him, it's extremely important for you guys to do these things, because if you can bring your awareness to certain parts of the body, you can actually heal certain things, relieve tension, and remove certain issues you start to have. Perfect example. If you got something going on in your neck, like myself, they told me that I had degenerative disc disease long ago. I literally sat down, meditated, and did a specific mudra, which was a hand yoga meditation, and it removed the entire tension that was on my neck and back. Yeah, I literally sat there and focused and felt it lift. Now, this is possible to go ahead.
That correlates with what she was doing. Also correlates with sciences like Reiki, acupressure, not necessarily acupuncture, but acupressure. But all these modalities that you're utilizing, you're in the consistent point of the now. So that's what's very important, to be able to focus that energy on these particular areas of the body in that present point, in order to promote healing growth, stimulation. All those different things are done in just being completely present in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
All attention, all thoughts, all actions, all in that moment. So
Yeah. Now, Tommy, what is let's break down a more simple way that they can do body scan, like how they would start the process of learning how to body scan outside of having to listen to a guided meditation to do so.
Well, you can just be sitting in your chair and just sit comfortably and just close your eyes, breathe slowly. You're not trying to do a whole bunch of stuff, and you just, from the tip of your toes, how does your feet feel? How do you feel in your ankles? Becoming aware, focusing on each part of your body as you're moving up. What am I feeling in my legs? Are there any type of pain or pressure or anything going on in there? How are my knees feeling? Do they feel fluid? Do they feel do my knees feel like the cartilage is running out? Bring attention, just listening to the body, feeling yourself. Going into your thighs. Let's say you have lower back pain a lot. If you have lower back pain a lot, right? What does that lower back pain feel like? Does it feel like something's being pulled? Does it feel like something being stabbed into? Does it feel like something being like rain? What does it feel like? So even if you can take that same information if you go to a physical doctor, to a medical doctor, this pain feels like this, because they're going to always ask you, what does it feel like? You're taking those mental notes in order to truly identify in the now, in the present, of how you are feeling, and then you're describing that out descriptively so that you know what's going on.
Yes.
Once you know what's going on in the body, how you're feeling in different points of the body, now we can go to the next step of healing those parts of the body. But if you don't know what you're feeling, if you don't have any type of self-identification with a thing, how can you heal a thing?
Correct. Now I'm going to piggyback off of that, and I'm going to give a story of my own from something when I started learning body scan years ago. No, Papa, I just ate that, but I probably will be. Can you take out one of my salmon burgers? The feta one. It does say it, yeah. Love you. Okay. So here's one of my situations that happened to me. The doctors tried to tell me years ago that they thought that I might have lupus. Now, I kept having tingling in my brain and in my knee, and it would feel like a nerve. My nerves would start to overextend, like the nerves in my body were overactive, as if maybe like a nerve was messed up or something. It was doing it right at the corner of my head. It was doing it at my jaw, my elbows, my knee, many areas in my body. And they were like, oh, well, we don't think it's lupus. We think it might be fibromyalgia. Oh, we don't think it's this. We think it's that. And it was just, I said, think is not going to help. I need to know. And so I began to pay attention to my body and how tired I was, the stress I was going through. And I began to do body scan. And I noticed that this only started happening after a certain stressful situation in my life, that my body started tripping out. Spirit told me, after I started paying attention to the pain and the different things going on in my body, to ask them for a copy of my blood work. I'm like, but they did the blood work. Why do I need to look at it? And Spirit was like, no, ask them for a copy. So long story short, I go grab a copy. I said, hey, can I have a copy of my blood work? I'd like to review the information here and see what's going on. Well, when they gave me a copy of my blood work, come to find out, my vitamin D was deadly low. And when your vitamin D is deadly low, the things that happen in your body kind of mimics things from autoimmune diseases. Can also create additional problems in your body that can give you a symptoms of kind of an autoimmune disease because the vitamin D is low in your blood. They didn't tell me my vitamin D was low. They told me my blood work was fine. They actually didn't tell me even that it was extremely low. It was at like 6 or something. They said nothing. So I started researching this, took vitamin D, started taking natural vitamins, switching my diet, eating, green leafy foods, healthy foods, staying away from dairy and certain things. The levels went back up, and the issues that I was having with the brain fog and the nerves just tingling in weird places, all of that went away. But had I not advocated for myself, they would have pushed whatever bigger situation they wanted to say I had in order to give me more expensive medication. So body scanning is very important.
So, like I was saying to someone else, Sonia, that you know your body better than anybody else.
Yes, you do.
Listen to the body, feel the body, be ever present in the now and what's going on with you. And of course, self-advocating for yourself is what it is, because we all know that there are so many more natural ways to heal ourselves. And I'm not saying that for people not to use modern medicine and modern techniques. I'm not saying that at all.
No.
It has its place.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that prevention is better than cure. And if I can have preventative measures that work, that our ancestors have been doing for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years that have worked, then I don't need to go to the Western hospital. That should be my last resort. Not saying it doesn't have a place. Please don't. You won't get on TikTok and say, he's saying don't go to the doctor. No, he's not. He's saying do things that we've been doing that work before you go to that route. And if you can't do it, then go to what needs to be done so that you can maintain yourself. That's my call to all people.
Correct. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. Do both. You have a regular doctor, you find you a holistic doctor. You take your blood work to the holistic doctor, and you go from there.
Exactly.
Because the holistic doctor gonna give you the herbal medicines and everything that you need, and them herbal teas and the herbal tinctures and all of that is going to begin to shift your body a whole lot better than what you are dealing with at this moment. The important thing that I would say before we get into mirror meditation is to microdose or do small doses until you are sure that your body can deal with what you are taking. And make sure you always go to a doctor who can check your allergies to make sure you're not allergic to anything. There have been people who have jumped into taking supplements, not even knowing that they're allergic to bee pollen and certain things, and end up having choking and so many crazy things that happen. So you have to be careful, know your allergies at all times, and take small doses until you're ready to take the full amount. I had to do that the first time taking mushrooms, because I take cordyceps, reishi, and lion's mane. Okay? And the first time I took the supplement, I could not take the whole 2. I took 1. And that thing had me running on air the very first day. Okay, had I took both of them, I probably would have had an anxiety attack, because it was the first time me letting those mushrooms into my body. So don't get to listen to these people.
Okay? Is your husband okay?
Yeah.
You take a lion's mane. Is your husband okay?
Leave me alone. I'm not gonna do this with you.
Those who know, anyone who's on this live, those who know, they know.
Yep, exactly. So I had to take it in small doses. Okay. If you're going to start on mushrooms or you're going to start on anything, please take small doses. Don't go to taking supplements that got 6 mushrooms, 10 mushrooms, 12. Bye. You finna be out there. No, we don't need that. Okay. Any supplements you take, start small until your body has gotten used to it, and then take your regular dosage.
I take echinacea with astragalus and enriches for one. That's one of many different things that I take.
And I can't take echinacea because echinacea will boost my immune system too much.
It's perfect for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's perfect for me.
Okay, look at you. All right, so now we're going to get into mirror meditation and then visualization and grounding. We're going to have him talk about some tools. I'm going to talk about some tools. Do you have a sound bowl with you? Because I do not. I left mine in Vegas.
I don't. Unfortunately,
Okay.
it's someplace else that we would not mention. I got to get another one.
With she who will not be named, I completely understand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mirror meditation has been a practice that has been around for centuries, and a lot of you guys get afraid of mirror meditation because you automatically think in the mirror you're going to see a demon or something. Okay. I want y'all to get out of that mindset because society and other religions and other people have brought y'all to that mindset of, mirror, mirror on the wall and, Candyman and all the other stuff that has happened over the years that y'all think if you sit in the mirror for too long and you meditate, you're going to see a demon, and that's far from the truth because demons don't even really like messing with people like that, but that's another story for another time. Mirror meditation is a practice where you sit in front of the mirror and you gaze into your own eyes, focusing on your reflection. This technique is often used to help self-awareness and self-acceptance and self-love. Now, when you practice it, you want to have a quiet space. If you're feeling a little froggy, get you a black candle. You can also see your shadow self. If you're not feeling froggy, just use a white candle and chill. Spiritually, it's a powerful tool to connect with your true self and your higher consciousness. You're gazing into your own eyes for that oneness, okay? And naturally, from a natural perspective, when you are practicing it, it helps you become more aware of your thoughts and your feelings and behaviors, and you can speak to yourself, leading to a greater self-understanding and acceptance. So you can also cancel out any negative self-talk, any negative beliefs, anything that you would have normally said in the mirror. You reverse that and you say the opposite by way of reframing. Again, that's another talk for another time as well. But go ahead.
So with mirror magic, what you are doing is the way I was taught from my school of thought is that you have your 2 candles on either side, and you start to question yourself: who am I? What am I? Why am I here? And you may go through a lot of different emotions while you're doing this mirror magic. You may start to cry. You may get angry. And the reflection, because it's going to start to reflect the things that you try to hide from in the deep subconscious layers of your mind. It will bring those things to the surface. So that when you see them, you can confront it, integrate, and raise to a higher level. That's what mirror magic is about. It can help you to heal the wounded child within yourself. It can help to heal the person that doesn't have self-worth within themselves. Because we hide those different things, the things in which we feel that we want to hide away from everyone else, but you can't hide from yourself. So what this mirror magic does is almost it's like another form of shadow work. It helps you to integrate with the other sides of yourself that you run from, so that you can be able to become the greater person in which you need to become. That's already there.
Correct.
All of that is still you. So that's what mirror magic really is all about.
And I'm gonna piggyback off
integration and self-growth.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what he said. When you look in the mirror every day, a lot of you guys tell yourselves very nasty things because of how you feel about your own self, your self-consciousness, your self-worth. Some of you guys say very beautiful things. Some of you guys get sad when you look in the mirror because you don't like your body or whatever it is. When you are in that mirror, pay attention to what you would normally tell yourself and think about that. Because ultimately, if you are saying things versus the positivity that you would normally want to speak into yourself, there is something that's sitting in your subconsciousness that is telling you these things. You automatically believe you are that negativity. You automatically believe you are that darkness. You automatically feel that you are in that state of mind. So when you are in that mirror, you see nothing but truth. And you can't run from it. So if you're ugly on the inside, you see the ugliness. If you are sad, you see it. If you're depressed, you see it. If you're happy or at peace, you see it. You must pay attention to it at all times because it helps you with your inner awareness, just like he said.
So I mean, she's answered all those. She's pretty much landed the plane for me. I will say in closing that for those of us who are going through periods of shadow work, who are going through periods of self-realization and self-healing, mirror magic is one of those final steps that you can take to seal the deal with all the work that you've done. Because what it will do is like, I'm going to give you this. It's like stepping into a pool that will release the two sides of yourself. The side that you want everyone, the side that you allow everyone to see, and the side that you don't.
Boom.
And it will give you the opportunity to confront that thing so that you can fully integrate and to become the whole being of light and dark, of yin and yang.
This is why me and him are brother and sister as well, because I fully believe in duality. Listen, pause. I have to pause on that little portion before we get into grounding. Tools for grounding and simple grounding, and we're almost at the end. We're going to end it with protective shield. We've only been live for an hour talking. I can't believe we got all that out in an hour. So I believe in duality. I'm going to tell you why. Most people who are all light, any specific time to do your mirror work. I was told in my culture never to do like your baths and mirror work around midnight or right after or something like that. I don't know why they said that about the spiritual baths, but that's what we were told back in the day. I wouldn't say that there's a specific time. I do mine at night. I prefer to do mine at night. Sometimes I do them in the morning. So it's up to you. What would you say?
I do mine at 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. or 3 p.m.
I used to do mine at 3 a.m., but I be trying not to stay up that late. Yeah.
Either either earlier in the afternoon at 3 p.m. because that's the time. That is the time of the vortexes that open up. So I do it in collaboration with the vortexes. Now 12 is quote unquote the witching hour. A lot of people, and I'm gonna do this. Certain hours correlate with different lineages.
Certain hours also coordinate with different angels and different planets. Again, we'll have to have another conversation another time.
Yeah, that's another conversation. But I do mine at 3 a.m. Either 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. That's when I do mines. So that's to just give you a little doorway.
Okay.
That'll be the best time.
Now, I want to say this. Mirror magic is also good for manifestation. Especially when you're looking to feel that energy shift. You can almost see the energy shifting in the mirror. If you are afraid to tap into that, I say ground yourself. And ground yourself real good to prepare for it. Do not be afraid of it. Your duality is important. Someone being too dark all the time is a bad thing. Someone being too light all the time is a bad thing. Those who are all love and light be afraid of stepping into what they need to step into because they don't believe that they have to deal with that energy. And those who are all dark think the same thing about the light. You want to be a balanced individual because it helps with your manifestation. It helps with balancing you as a person. And it helps with you, in general, being the best version of yourself. So duality is important. And if anybody here watching is all light or all dark, please be careful. Balance yourself. Being all dark puts you, and being all light makes you blind. Be careful, okay?
I agree completely. I was looking at something inside of the inside of here. That's why I saw one of our little troll people come in for a hot second.
Oh,
thank you
okay.
very much, all the moderators, to get rid of that.
Yeah, please.
Because now me, I'm with all the crap. Because if you really want to go there, I got something for you. Come on up here, and I ask you a couple of questions, and I know
we can tell you about the Christ consciousness real quick, because y'all show living outside of the wheel.
Come on up here and play games, and I got something for you. But duality, the universe is based on duality. Masculine and feminine energy,
right?
Positive and negative energy, centripetal and centrifugal forces. That is the natural law of the universe. You cannot have one without the other.
Thank you.
Order and chaos. You cannot have one without the other. Both are essential to the balancement of the universe and the multiverse. This is just science. This is just science. Now, for myself, like, I'm a being who I lean more towards light. I'll be honest with you. I lean more towards light. However,
I ain't gonna say what I lean towards. People been being too nosy on my life.
I just say what it is. I'm just being honest. You know, that's what I do. However, make no mistake.
None.
If I have to go to the other side, I'm more than capable of doing so.
Mm-hmm. With the quickness.
If I'm saying I'm a very humble man. I'm a man of discipline, of love and compassion. But I'm also a warrior. Make no mistake about that.
Oh, no, frequency of the free. Yeah, we don't play that over here, because both men and women have masculine and feminine balance within them, to be very honest with you. We all do.
Absolutely.
That's why it's very simple for people to actually be bi or be on the other side of the equator, be it men or women. It depends upon the energy that they are moving in at that moment. They're feeding off of more than the other side of the energy than the one that's in them. So it's a whole thing. But yes, we believe in the balance.
If you look at the Dangara, right? The Dangara, right? The wheel in ancient Kemet, right? You have masculine, feminine energy, a little bit in between of this, a little bit in between of that, and all these different things going around in the spectrum. And then you have this, and then in the center you have what was called the Golden Child, which was a collaboration of all that created that one particular, those particular beings, whatnot, of whole light energy. All of us are bits and pieces of each thing.
That is correct.
All of us.
That is
so the corruption of that, of seeing the duality of things, came out of patriarchy.
Tell them.
That's where the corruption came out of, because it was the women, for one, it was the women who was the sacerdonal and the political forces that drove our societies, because we came out of matriarchal societies. And in those matriarchal societies came balancement, because it was the women that came, the tribal mothers were the ones who said who that male leader would be. And if it was not for the support of those mothers, you ain't have no power. It's like when you go back to ancient Kemet and you look at the word, and you look at Isis, the corrupted word Isis and Osiris, which their true names is Asar and Aset. Aset means the throne. Her name means the throne, the power base. Asar received his power by way of the throne, who was the woman. He had no power without her.
That is correct.
She had no protection without him. Balance.
Exactly. Very much so. Thank you. So what we're going to do right now is go from the mirror we finished the meditation portion. So we're going to talk about grounding while talking about the tools for grounding. That way we can speed that portion up. And then we're going to end on, we're going to give you guys a couple of simple tips on grounding. We gonna include the tools and the simple tips together, and then we're gonna finish with the protective shield. Okay. So, here are some grounding tools, and we're gonna tell you how important they are. I will talk about one. Tommy's going to talk about crystals, sound bowls. I'm going to talk about tuning forks and simple grounding for you guys who may not have the money to buy certain things, but you still want to know how to ground. Okay. Tommy, if you want to, you can talk about crystals. Oh yeah, wait, no. You're supposed to talk about crystals, and that's in the protection portion. Okay, go ahead, Tommy.
Okay, so some simple crystals that you can use for grounding are tiger's eye, black obsidian, and hematite. These three particular crystals are, I'm just going to give three. There's a whole list of others that I can recommend. But tiger's eye is good for grounding and pulling the energy of the earth itself as a status for grounding. How you go about doing that is literally going out into nature with your tiger's eye. Take off your shoes and put your feet into the dirt, the grass, whatever case may be, and literally mentally project yourself of absorbing the electromagnetic field of the planet Earth. The Earth has those electrolytes, those electromagnetic current. You are absorbing the electromagnetic current.
No, I'm telling them to tap the screen. Go ahead.
Oh, you're absorbing the electromagnetic current within yourself, and by utilizing this focal point, this tiger's eye as a focal point, it's not doing the tiger's eye doesn't do it. It allows you the ability to help to use this tool to help focus your energy, because you're the conduit. This is just being a tool to help you regulate your energy. So by utilizing this tool, it helps you to be able to bring in that energy that you're trying to bring in from the earth itself. So tiger's eye is one of those, and it's more for the grounding of the earth itself. You're bringing in the intensity of the earth itself. It helps to build up your integrity. It helps in accomplishing your goals and focusing and accomplishing on your goals. That's what tiger's eye does. It helps with your general willpower. It's also a talisman against negative intent and negative energy. So while holding that tiger's eye and focusing on that energy, you're actually repelling negative thoughts and negative subjections to your physical being. Another stone that you want to use is black obsidian. Black obsidian is good for grounding of your physical and spiritual forces, right? So now you were using the physical forces, the unseen physical forces that's around us, and the unseen spiritual forces that's are around us, and using those for self-identification of your true self, and to help to tap into your own subconscious mind to bring that conscious, subconscious thinking to conscious awareness and integrating that all together. That's one of the beautiful things about Black Obsidian. And last but not least is hematite. Hematite is a grounding stone that is perfect for overall protection and harmonization. So now you're bringing in harmony all of these different primary forces and harmonizing them so that you can get the full ability of all of these different things into one particular unit. So with all those different stones, along with your breath work, along with your visualization, you're able to protect yourself, ground yourself, and uplift yourself by utilizing these different tools.
That is correct. Now, to piggyback off of what he said before we go back into the rest of the tools, some of the crystals that are also good are crystals that when you find either the tiger's eye or some of the other ones that also have iron in it, those are give you more of the energy from the earth. They are stronger, heavier, and you can use them in the same way that he just said in order for you to pull on the energy of the earth.
Hematite is one of those that has iron within it.
There's a tiger's eye with iron in it too. Now, why are these crystals important? I'm going to give y'all a little bit of backstory. Before the Christians came in and decided to outlaw crystals and witches and all of that, energy healing, crystal healing, and sound healing is older than all of us put together, including most religions. They did scientific studies on crystals, and I'll have to bring some of my books and paperwork together from where I researched this because this was very, very long ago. Mind you, my studies go far back. They did studies on how there was vibrational frequencies with crystals, as well as sound healing and frequency. And this was scientifically proven, actually, to be a good thing. And how it helps, and it would even help animals, it would help people, patients who were dealing with certain things in their body. There were so many things that this was known to have been researched to help back in the day. Very, very old. What's going on, Hitman? We are doing our teaching segment right now. We had to do it in here instead of Discord. And so I said all that to say this. Outside of the crystals, you also have tuning forks and sound bowls. Now, you guys know when I am live, a lot of people look at me and go, what in the world is she using? Okay. Now, we're going to have him talk about the sound bowls. I'm going to talk about the tuning forks. Literally, there is a frequency in these tuning forks. And this particular frequency is 128 gigahertz, which is for the crown chakra, for focusing, okay, as well as a couple of other things surrounding the crown chakra. I use this all the time when I'm live because there are plenty of energies that come in, more than the 39 we have here now. And they come in and they try to mess up the atmosphere of the energy. So I have to listen to that frequency so that I can kind of focus myself and ground within that moment. Now, there are other frequencies that we will talk about in just a second after he gets done with the sound bowls. There are many different tuning forks. You have 528, 128, and a couple of other ones. And then they also have the chakra tuning forks as well. You can utilize these over your children, over yourself. Listen to them in your ear for a certain amount of time. Listen to the frequency. A lot of people tend to meditate and do what's called like Reiki over themselves with it. Same concept. Now with the sound bowls, it's a little different.
Sound bowls are more, they're a little bit more stationary in there and what they do. You can have sound bowls that carry the entire spectrum of different tones, or they can also be particular to one particular modality that you're utilizing. Most sound bowls that you use, a lot of them are at 432 hertz or 520 or 528 hertz, and in various sizes. They're able to release a tone or frequency to harmonize yourself with the natural tone of either the planet or of the solar system, or the solar system. You have of nature, because even it has a tone. It's basically is designed to attune you with whatever it is that is its frequency is within the natural universe. So, for example, one of my sound bowl that I had was at 432 hertz. 432 hertz is the natural tone or vibration that the very planet Earth is vibrating off of.
That is correct.
So
it is the frequency believed to be healing and calming.
Exactly. So if you're vibrating on 432 hertz, right, you have a better chance of being able to have more positive interactions with all of nature that is around you. So the animals will be more susceptible to you. You'll be able to feel more connected to the earth, more connected to the water, more connected to different everything that's earthbound. You have a greater to the various spiritual forces of the planet itself. You're being more in tune with those particular things and within yourself, because you yourself are made of the various components of the earth.
Come with it.
So it's important for that.
They also have remember the bowls we were talking about. They also have the ones for the chakras, specifically for the 7 chakras. Now, mind you, you guys may not know this, but there are more than 7 chakras. Okay, we talk about 7 because that's what y'all hear the most, and that's what you can attune to without going, "What did they just say?" But there are more than 7 chakras.
Yeah, way more. Mm-hmm. So you'll have a different sound bowl for each one of those chakras, and when you attune with yourself with those particular tones and frequency, not only are you going to that tone and frequency, but it also has a physical effect on the physical body, because they also line up with different points of the human body and can help to alleviate disease, can bring about healing, can help to bring out more regularity within the body, because you are a triune being. Mental, physical, and spiritual beings. So when you do all these things and you're lining yourself up, you're taking in the water, you're drinking, you're absorbing in the sun's rays, you're absorbing in whole light energy by way of tones and frequencies. You're able to become that whole integrated self that we all strive to become. Those who walk this path.
Correct. It's not just 100, but there's also some top ones, like above all of them, that are like high level type. You should not tap into the very high ones without first truly awakening the rest of them. Yes, there are more. Okay, so he talked about crystals. I talked about tuning forks. He talked about sound bowls. So I want to talk about some beneficial frequencies and simple grounding. So I'm going to go with simple grounding first, and then beneficial frequencies. A very simple way to ground is to walk outside. Mindful walking. This is extremely simple for people who cannot afford this, who cannot afford the bowls, or anything else. And when we break down frequencies, we're going to tell you why it's important to pay attention to what you're listening to on YouTube, because not everything on YouTube is a good frequency. Mindful walking is an important way for you to connect. Pay attention to nature and pay attention to each step you take. Pay attention to the flowers you smell. Pay attention to the air, the energy, the sky, the weather. Pay attention to the people you see. Focus on the sensations, the sounds, the smells, and the sights around you. This can help you to feel more connected with Earth in that moment. Another way to do simple grounding is standing outside in the sunlight, or going to the park or beach. Now, I'm going to talk about going to the park or beach. I'm going to let him talk about standing out in the sunlight. Going to the park or beach, when you visit there, it's like a grounding environment. Take off your shoes, step into the grass, make sure there isn't no doggy doo-doo. Step out on the beach ground, enjoy the water, pay attention to the sand beneath your feet, what your feet feels in between the grass. Walk barefoot and connect yourself with Earth's energy. When I am literally preparing to do one of my big rituals, I will walk outside with my socks and I will pull those socks off and go walk outside directly on the ground. I know I'm going to get in the shower and clean it later, but I need to feel the earth. I need to pay attention. I need to connect and be fully present. The beach itself, I'm immediately, when I get to the beach, no socks. I just want to be in the sand and I want to feel it. And so those are simple ways to ground. Meditate, ground yourself, and just connect. Pay attention to the way it feels. Grounding is all about being mindful, as he said earlier, paying attention to what you feel, smell, hear, sense, and see. That is the whole purpose of grounding. It makes you more aware. I'm going to let him speak to you guys about being outside in the sunlight.
Sunlight. There's no sun, there's no light. The sun is the closest, quote unquote, star from us. It is life healing. It is regenerative. It is all powerful. It is the thing that without it, life as we know it would no longer be on this planet. When we go into sunlight, we go into the sun, some ancient cultures call that light that hits us, they call it prama. And prama, which meant whole light energy, you absorb the vitamin D from the sun. One of the reasons why a lot of people as African Americans or those throughout the diaspora, those with high melanin content, experience low vitamin D right now is because we're not in the sun enough.
No. If we were in the sun enough, we would be perfectly fine.
We would be perfectly fine. We're not in the sun nearly enough. We're in our caves, apartments. We're in our dwellings. Our jobs are inside. Everything is inside the house or inside of a dwelling. We're not outside nearly enough. In most of our ancient cultures, one of the first things you did once you got up is that you went outside. You communed you was with your neighbors, your this, your that, whoever. You was outside. And the only time you wasn't outside, something was wrong with you. You were sick. So thus wait a minute, I haven't seen such and such outside. Where are they? Oh, they're still in the dwelling. So we had to go and check on them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you wasn't outside.
Now I'm going to piggyback off.
So we need to get more sun.
I'm going to piggyback off of what he just said. And then I'm finna go ahead and hit y'all with something. And then you're going to go outside from this day forward. If your vitamin D is low, and you can look this up yourself, I had to go research it. If your vitamin D is low, and it is the lowest one out of all of your vitamins, it actually imbalances your entire vitamins in your body. Your whole body setup, as far as your vitamins are concerned, if that's low, everything else starts to falter. So if that's low and everything else starts to falter, guess what? You're tired, you're sleepy, you're drained, you don't want to do shit. There goes your motivation. There you go in depression. There you go not wanting to leave the house. There you go feeling sluggish. And boom. So get in that sun. And if you have to add vitamin D supplements, just a little bit, do not over add supplements into your body. Not the ones your body naturally make. You want your body to naturally make things, but if you have to add to it, do so.
So all that was it. All that to sum up and to wrap it up is it's about balancement. Get out into that sun. Meditate in the sun. Just sit there. You don't have to necessarily have a particular technique of what you're doing, but allow yourself at least 15 minutes a day, at least at bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Absorbing the sun.
Yes.
Let that melanin activate. Melanin is like a battery; it's always half charged.
Thank you.
Absorb more of that energy so that you can get a full charge of it.
He's correct. This is so important. This is so important for your survival. Because the more that you're out in the sun, the more energy that you have, the more vitamin intake you have in your body, the more that you feel lively. The more that you feel lively, the more that you feel at peace, the more that you have motivation. Why do you think so many... Let's just go natural for 1 second before we pop into the frequencies and protective shield. And we're done. We're about to be done, y'all. We got through it. If you do your research, out in Alaska, they have 6 months of darkness and they have 6 months of sunlight. I talked to somebody in Alaska to see if this was real. Now, what I found out from researching that myself is that the people who are in the 6 months of darkness, they are depressed, they feel sad, they feel sick. There is always so much fighting and so much crazy stuff that goes on because of the darkness. So why would you stay in the house all the time and not allow yourself to enjoy the sun, when the sun is what's going to give you the life that you need, versus you staying in the four walls of your home and staying in that anxiety, depression, that pain, that drowsiness, that being drowned in those feelings? Why? Don't do that. Because it's scientifically proven that when they're in the dark for way too long, that there is high cases of depression and unaliving themselves. So it's important for you to get the balance, just like he said. Think about how we all was during the lockdown. Nobody could go outside. Where was everybody's mind? Where was everybody's body? Full of anxiety, depression, fear, which in return affects your root chakra. And we're going to go back to that grounding portion he was talking about earlier, about stepping into the earth. Your root chakra is at the base of your spine, which is you being grounded and secured in Earth's energy. So if I'm stuck in the house all the time, I'm not connecting to the sun, I'm not connecting to everything that's out there for me, I'm not grounding, so I'm not safe and I'm not secure at this point. Think about it.
Landed the plane. I'm good.
All right, let's
Landed the plane.
So we at the last part, guys. Frequencies that you want to give them. I have a couple. 528, which is what you said, known as the love frequency. It's said to promote DNA repair. 639, which is associated with communication, harmony, and relationships. And 741, a frequency thought to help with problem solving and self-expression, also said to cleanse toxins and negativity. So 528 hertz, 639 hertz, and 741 hertz, and I'll let him give y'all three as well.
432 hertz, 532 hertz, and 432 hertz, which is the natural tone of the solar system and of the planet. 432 of the planet, 534 of the solar system, and 932 of our known universe. That's the Big Bang. Boom. So those are the three that I would give. So now you're doing an outer and an inner at the same time.
Yes.
Because you are a micro universe within yourself.
Yes. So when y'all find these frequencies, find an app that actually has the real frequencies. Do not, you can go on YouTube. Just be very careful. Do research. Look
There's
at
a couple that are okay. There's
Yeah.
a few. There's a few. Emphasis.
Emphasis.
Put like this.
Because they put other stuff behind.
I'll send them over to her, to Goddess, and then she can put them in the Discord for the ones that I recommend.
Yes, please do. Because I use this frequency app that I found, but not everybody wants to download more apps. And it just has the tones itself, which can be kind of jarring. It's
yeah. The ones I got is just like I use the theta waves. And they don't have no other outs. It's just straight what it is. And now I've done a lot of research on it just to verify what it is. So there's a few. A few.
Yes, I can repeat, baby. I said 528 hertz, 639, and 741. There's also 852, which is known as the third eye frequency. I didn't want to really talk about that because if you guys aren't grounded, opening up your third eye before you being grounded is
be dangerous.
It's an unalive switch. All right, y'all. We are at the final part of our segment, and so we're getting ready to get into the protective shield. Do you want to allow questions, Tommy, real quick? Can I put the frequencies in Discord? Sure. Just remind me, and we will put the ones that we talked about. What I will do is put a list together. I'll get a list of the most important, like 20 frequencies with the meanings of what they are. I'll pop them in there for you guys, and you can research them yourself. And yes, I'll find the app. Right now, I'm on the phone that I use that on, so it'll cut off my live. But I got you. So, questions about grounding, the grounding tools, visualization, and simple grounding before we finish out with protective shield. If you guys have any questions, let us know now, because after the protective shield, we are only going to allow minimal questions and then do a couple of readings for anyone who may want to pay for a reading.
Well, Sonia said 532 and 534. 532 is for it's for our solar system, and then you have 534, which is you have 534, which is of our known universe, and then we go further out from there. So you're doing different tones for different aspects of the universe, of our universe.
Yes. And again, guys, we will take a list, put them together. I know how to get the information for each one. That way you know what they are, and then you can also look them up yourselves, do your own research. That's what the Discord community is for, okay? Now we're getting ready to talk about protective shield. Cloaking and protecting yourself during your spiritual work as well as protecting yourself in general. And we're going to have him add on not just enchanting, but what was it we were talking about? Protecting yourself spiritually, psychically, psychic protection, etc. We were talking a little bit about it. So before we get into protective shield, does anybody have any questions about the frequencies, about grounding, and about any of the tools? Protection bubble, yes, but that's what we mean by the protection shield. We're going to dig a little into that. We're going to take about 20 minutes to talk about that, so we're not holding either one of our night up too much. Tell Goddess I appreciate her for allowing me to steal you for this moment. Okay. Any questions, guys, before we start talking about the shield? I need to know right now. That way y'all don't start, because the protection process is kind of important. So I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds. Okay, we got a nope. We got a none. I'm going to take 2 more answers, and then boom, we're going to get into it. Nope, that's 3. A 4 for clarity. Because I know sometimes people be typing. All right, well, we got a 4th no. Let's go into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
What's Uncle Tommy ready to eat?
Look, cause I'm ready to eat too. I'm hungry. So Tommy is going to talk about the triangle pyramid type thing, invoking protection. Now, I am going to talk small. When he talks about invoking protection from the angels, ancestors, guardians, or whatever, I'm just going to talk smallly about, a couple things along with that, as well as cloaking and things of that nature. Tommy, your go.
So what you'll want to do in this particular ritual is that you're setting yourself up inside of a pyramid. So you have 3 candles, preferably white or silver.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to go with, white or silver. If you can't get a hold of a silver candle, then a white candle will suffice. And you're going to want to, if you can get a hold of a reversal oil, or a banishing, or you want to get a hold of reversal or a banishing oil. If you don't know how to make it yourself, or you can't get it from my sister over here, drop a couple, not a lot, put a couple drops within the candle, light each one of the candles, get a black cloak, I'm now gonna say a cloak, but you get some black material,
a black scarf,
and put it over your head.
Mm-hmm. I got one.
Set your intention and ask for your ancestors spirit guides, supreme source to ground and protect you from all of those ancestors that you know or may not know of that mean your highest good, and those spirit guides and the divine source to protect you and to shield you and make you invisible to those unseen forces that may come into your life to bring harm, and to protect you from the entities that you know of that are trying to come against you, and to those that you don't know of, because you can have beings that's working against you that you have no idea that they're working against you. So now when you're doing your working, I actually should also suggest that when you're going into any type of true work that you're trying to do, to also enlist this into your work periods as well, so that when other practitioners who may mean you harm, they can't detect you, they can't find you.
Correct.
They can't throw nothing at you, because now you done shield and cloaked yourself from all energies.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying? So those are the things I recommend. And then on top of that, now let's just say that you're out and about and you can't get a hold of none of that stuff right at the moment, right? So now you're setting the mental projection you're invoking the ancestors, and always invoke your ancestors as you're going into any type of particular work, because they're the closest ones to you to help take your work further, depending on the type of spiritual system that you're dealing with. But I try to always invoke my ancestors first, and then I go up the chain with, higher dimensional beings. But yes, I first invoke the ones that are closest to me.
Yes.
So
go ahead. No, go ahead.
So as I make that first invocation of those beings, and I go up the chain, I'm pushing forth like the sister said, a protective bubble or a field around you, pushing yourself outward, so that no energy is allowed to come within your circumference.
Correct.
And that energy field is not only just going up and above you, but beneath you as well.
Mm-hmm. Nothing can seep in. Nothing can seep in.
And as you're and now you can also use, now mind you, that's when you get back. And remember, I was just talking about the stones and crystals. That kind of ties in, because the focal point and the activator, so that it's constantly going, is that particular stone or crystal that you're utilizing at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is that's your focal point. So now, once you activate and charged it, you're going about your day. That is to symbolize that particular field that stays around you.
Yes, ancestors are always first for people who are initiated. We have to be very clear about that. Not everyone who follows us is initiated. So not everyone goes through the ancestors first. Even other spiritual belief systems, they do not go through the ancestors first. We got to make that very clear. But you are correct. Piggybacking off of what he said, One of my moderators in the comments asked if they had my Nimbus candle, can they do this? Yes, my Nimbus candle is for that. My new Halo candle that will be coming out, it is for that. You can also use cloak. If you noticed, he said silver candle. Okay. Back in the day, we were taught during your spell work to put a silver dime in there as a form of cloaking, as a form of breaking up the energy, blocking the energy, causing the energy to not be able to be found by anyone who was trying to seep into your energy. What he is talking about is very important. Here's why. There is a reason why I was the only one who was able to read Tommy's energy. There is a reason why anytime, and y'all been following me for a minute, when people come into my live, they try to think that they can read me, but then they only see two beings standing next to me and be like, nah, I'm good. My bad. You have to do this on a continual basis until you have built this thing up to where nothing can penetrate it. Now, what I mean by this is the more that you listen to what he said, as well as doing it daily, whether you are invoking your ancestors, whether you are invoking the guardians of the four elements, whether you are invoking the angels, singing to the angels is very important. If you do not know how to invoke your ancestors, don't be afraid. You can say ancestors who mean me of a good and positive intent. You can say, as he stated, all beings that mean me of a good and positive intent. Because there could be other beings out there who go into bat for you. And now you kicking away all the other beings because you're just like, nope, nobody but my ancestors and my angels. There are many more beings out there. Remember, we're on the third dimension. Angels are 12th dimensional beings. Okay? Guard and protect yourself at all times. Wake up and do this as a ritual every day. Whether you are in the mirror, whether you sit down in your visualization, if you have to visualize your protective barrier being a specific color, try doing that as you're learning how to build your protective barrier, and visualize that thing expanding far around you, covering and protecting you, covering and protecting your children, covering and protecting your loved ones. When everyone sees me, they say, your aura looks indigo. You guys are looking at my protective barrier. Literally. Like, my protective barrier is strong. So he is not lying about what he's saying. Get your stuff together. Cloak yourself when you are doing your spell work, your energy work, your prayers. If you are trying to create a protective barrier, this also helps with you being able to not always overly sense people's energies when they're sad, when they're upset, when they're down. Instead of you feeling it and also engaging in it and feeling sick, you will just sense it instead of feeling it on your body because your barrier is protected.
That's called a psychic defense as well. Because what happens is that what happens when you don't have those different things in place, you can wind up absorbing the energies of people, and then their energies become a part of you. And now now you may have walked out clean, but now you're dirty. Because now you done got that energy, and then the energy that they got, and then the energy that they got, and now you have to go to now it gets even deeper because now you may have to go through a spiritual cleansing just to cleanse off the filth that you have absorbed and all these negative arenas that you've been in. And it's so deep that you can go to, even if you go on a let's just say you go on a train, you up top, you're in New York or something like that, and you go on the train, and then you come out, and now you may inadvertently picked up an energy, a residual energy from someone who was there not too long before you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that one of my great mentors and teachers, my Babalao, he teaches me is when I go different places, he always teaches me to cleanse myself with fire when I go after I leave or different areas. Meaning you get your Florida water and different things to spiritually cleanse yourself after you left at least something to at least try to get some of that stuff off. There are other things that you have to do after the fact, but that's a different subject. We ain't gonna go that deep, but be mindful of the environments that you're in. Be mindful of the people and the different and the different energies that they may project. Have your protective coverings for yourself, and always cleanse yourself after you interacted with certain arenas.
We're going to have to take a moment and teach y'all a little bit more. Again, some sessions will be paid and some will be free, because there is actually an angel associated to each zodiac. There is an angel associated to each sign. For real. Okay, and this is all connected with the days of the week. And if you guys can learn a little bit more about the days of the week and how they're associated with the planets, you guys can set out a process in order for you to say, okay, on this day, I'm going to do this work. And on this day, I'm going to do this work. Now, this is different for every spiritual belief system. They switch it up a bit. But for the most part, it generally works for everybody when you follow certain guidelines. So it's a lot, y'all. The black cloak is right. You can also do white. If you have a white cloak, black is better for protection. But if you don't, you can also do a white cloak and scarf. When I'm doing my work, I do a particular color dress and scarf to match. We're going to go into the portion about rituals. And I'm going to say this last part and let him talk about creating your ritual for meditation. And we are at the end. Enchantments. God dang, we're going to have to do that another time, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got time for the enchantments and emblems.
I gotta go.
You ain't got time for it. So rituals, when you do meditating, that's the end of it. We're gonna have to do that. Tell them how you would, not how you do yours, but how a person should set up their ritual.
Well, I believe. I'm gonna say I believe. One of the things that should be done is that you should be able to set up some type of a sacred space when you're going to go into your ritualistic practice. A white cloth, some water, some incense, something that symbolizes who you are projecting or sending that intent to. Especially if you're dealing with your ancestors, if you're whatever with spiritual systems you're dealing with, you want to create the environment that's inviting to those spiritual entities and those spiritual forces, so that you can beseech and welcome them into your life as much as you are welcoming into their higher consciousness. Because you have now become the vessel or the tool of these higher dimensional beings. And with the aid of these higher dimensional beings, you're able to fulfill prosperity and abundance within your life, and in turn give that same light and energy to others.
That's it.
So that's what you want to do. So prepare the sacred, cleanse the space. Get whatever you use for cleansing and purification. That's the first thing you want to cleanse and purify the spot first. Before you do anything else. First,
open them
cleanse
doors and windows.
Purify the area. Once you cleanse and purify the area, then you begin to set up the space for that purpose. Put a white cloth down. Set your things up. Put things in the way that you see fit. And always know that intuition is also a part of this. So yes, there are certain set things depending on the system that you may have. But when your ancestors are speaking through you, or whatever's speaking through you, it may tell you to do a particular thing. Do that thing.
Exactly.
Have a competent elder that you can fall back on, of course, because you don't want to just be going willy-nilly, because then you can wind up on an episode of F around and find out.
I've been telling y'all.
I'm trying to keep y'all from F around and find out.
Listen, he joking, but he's so serious. We do not want y'all, because this TikTok community and the rest of the online community, they got people doing weird stuff, and we don't want to see that happen. We really don't.
You know what I'm saying? My expertise is more ATR and some other things. So I've seen people do stuff that, go ahead, have fun, play with it. I ain't playing with it. I don't want that smoke. But I will say this. Purify your space, Put your different things. And then the most important thing is consistency. If this is not a thing that you are prepared to start to truly do and dedicate yourself to, pick something more simpler and don't come into this and because you don't want this smoke. I'm being summoned.
Your food is ready. Okay.
I'm being summoned.
So go ahead and say your final remarks and get up out of here because wife said food is ready.
Food is ready. Feel free to inbox me. Feel free to request me. Me and the sister won't be working together on a lot of different things. I love her. She's an amazing woman. I love her. This is my sister, and we've been working and doing this thing together. And pretty soon, I'm gonna drag my daggone fiance up here and make her get to work. I know you listening. I'm gonna put your behind to work.
To work. To work.
I'm gonna put her to work. I know she listening, so she can sit back and be in the background all she want. That's her business. I don't care.
Oh, I'm putting my husband to work too. Look. I told my husband, I was like, babe, we gonna make you a hood spiritualist.
we gonna put y'all to work. No, you got some more work to do. But it's truly a blessing to be here right now. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of what we have in store.
Because we not done with y'all.
Here she come. Here she come. Here she come. I told you she's coming.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
We know we gonna put you. We putting you to work, right?
You in this house.
Nope.
I know.
We're gonna put you to work.
We gonna put you to work.
I do most of the work now.
No. Let's not do that.
Who don't mix the herbs?
Because
Who makes the candles?
Why? Why?
So who's doing the footwork?
Why?
So you can sit up here and you can teach, and I do the background work. I like to work in the background.
Why?
Listen. It's okay. Working in the background is nice, but you know what? Go ahead, be in the forefront. Because you know one thing about a man in power, you know what I'm saying? The hood rats like to come. So go ahead and bring your ass to the forefront. So we ain't got to worry about the hood rats. You heard me? Because they going to look and be intimidated and be like, oh, he already got somebody. Damn.
You see, I'm sweating bullets. I've been running back and forth in and out of the house on the grill.
She been doing her thing.
My husband in there cooking right now. That's who been running in and out the room, bringing me wine and stuff. His birthday tomorrow, and he still do right.
See, I know he a slow sipper, so I knew I had another about 10, 15 minutes before it was time to bring him another cup.
But let me tell you why I put her to work, because she has all the skill and ability. So I said, no, I'm not. She like, well, what do I do? I said, well, you know what to do. I told you to do it.
We got
know how to
you
do it.
already know iron sharpens iron. You gonna help my hubby. I'm gonna work with her, and then we gonna put both of them in the forefront. Like, boop.
We gonna put them. We put everybody to work. Y'all gonna work. Y'all gonna work today. Y'all gonna work. She got me. She ready to have me start doing readings again.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that wifey, you called him, he was about to sit up here and help me do readings. I promise you. I was finna get him right back into it.
I'll make his plate and bring it back here.
I got you, baby. Thank you.
The spirits are calling on you.
I need to take a break. This is a lot. She ain't shit.
I'm crying.
She ain't shit. Damn. Everybody laughing at me. See this bullshit?
She did.
I got a whole line cracking up on my ass.
She did a me on your ass. I'm a like her. She said, "Oh no, spirit calling you, baby. You can take your food." Why?
I need to take a short intermission and I get right back in it. But I need to eat.
She's gonna bring you your plate because she not finna.
I'm gonna eat.
Go ahead and eat because my husband is actually in there making me something to eat too. So if you want to, we can just chill and talk to people, and they don't mind. I can leave the live active, but I'm gonna close out the recording so it can go on YouTube. I'm gonna say my last remarks here. I also love him and his lady as well. This is definitely my brother because I do not trust people, especially the recent situation that I just recently went through. Okay. Yeah, make y'all food. I'll just leave the recording going because if the live stays up, it's easier. The amount of hours keeps the viewers together. Unless y'all just want me to close it out and restart, we could do that. It doesn't matter. But he's definitely a brother of mine. Y'all know we went through some crazy things spiritually. They were attacking my community. They were trying to attack him, his wife, all of my moderators, all of their homes. They were trying to attack everybody. They were trying to attack all of us just for what we do and how we help people. And it was a very scary thing because I let this person be my assistant. And this person has been here way before my assistant and has never done me dirty. That person in the comments there called Hitman did not trust me when his lady was first watching me. And he grew to love me just like this one right here. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing about me. I just want to make people better. That's what I'm here for. With or without payment, God gonna bless me regardless. We gonna get our dough because we know we kingdom. We know what we about. We got this. But we also got to help make others better because y'all are out here learning some incorrect shit from the wrong people. And we can't allow that. I can't.
I done heard some stuff.
I stepped into this shit because of the falsities I saw out here. Not because of money, not because of fame, but because of this right here. Family, inclusion, connection, drive, determination, motivation, and the will to want your life to be different. That's the purpose that I stepped into this. To help as many of you be different as much as we possibly can. Without compromising our integrity. Because y'all don't understand how crazy it is out here. And if y'all do, and y'all done heard it, y'all need to be safe as hell. I promise you. That is my closing remarks. That is my closing remarks. Goddess, High Priest Tommy, out. We're going to let him go get something to eat. If y'all want to ask some questions, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. Boom.